Hey beauties, it's Riri. Today is a full face of all of my Sephora finds. I'm so excited. I'm going to go in with the CALIRAY So Blown Primer. This smells so yummy, you guys. It smells like an old school like Push Pop, the Flintstones ones. I felt like I could see some blurring with it. I don't know if I like it as much as my Dermatology one, but it is right up there with it. But the texture of this is fantastic. It feels so smooth. It feels like serum. It feels like silk. It feels so, so, so good on the skin. I really, really love this one. I felt like it paired beautifully with my foundation as well. I did have to cheat just a little bit. As you guys are going to see, obviously CoverGirl did not come from Sephora. This is the shade Buff Beige in the 3-in-1 like aging foundation. As you can see, I was a little shocked. It is incredibly thick, like a very thick whipped type texture. I felt like it blended out effortlessly. I feel like the coverage and everything is beautiful. I did feel like it was a little bit too light, and I think maybe that was throwing me off some. And I also felt like it was giving me kind of a grayish looking cast, so that part of it I did not like. I will say that it wore well and stuff like that. I still have to test this out a little bit more. I think because the shade was so light that I don't know, it would throw me off some. It also has a slightly perfumed scent, so if you are a, anti-fragrance type of person, especially in your foundations, this is probably a pass for you. I do get up close and personal like we usually do. You can see obviously on the before side, I have a lot of redness. I have a lot of, pigmentation issues, rosacea. We have all the things, okay? All of the things. And you can see that it covers beautifully. It gives a beautiful veil of coverage. It blurs everything. I think it's really, really beautiful. I just have to keep testing it out. I will note that it did not fully set down. So I did actually have to go in and powder just a little bit. I went in with my Dominique Cosmetics powder. This is one of my top tier favorite powders, especially for somebody like myself that does have very dry, textured skin. I did have to set my complexion, and I don't like to typically do that because I do have dry skin. Next up, I'm going to go in. Oh, I'm so excited about this product. I was so excited, and I'm still just as excited. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. This is in the shade 2. I was so nervous about this, you guys. I love the powder. I've repurchased the powder. I absolutely love it. This is so incredibly silk-like, incredibly blendable. It looks beautiful, and it is what it says. It looks absolutely airbrushed on the complexion. Like, I mean, I was feeling myself, y'all. This is such a beautiful formula. And I know a couple of you, when I unboxed this, you wanted updates on this. Highly, highly recommend. It was expensive, so I'm glad that it worked out for me. I felt like it blurred the skin. It looks beautiful on the skin. I love the tone of this. It wore incredibly well. This was definitely a win. This was a standout for sure. Next up is the Bobbi Brown. I just got a mini of the highlighter. It's like Pink Glow, I think is what the shade is called. Absolutely stunning. I really love this one too. I have to say 90% of what I tried, just spoiler alert, was a win for me. This is super beautiful. It applies a little bit softer at first, but then as you can see, I kind of build it up just a little bit. I like to pull my highlight from my eye just so that it kind of offers a seamless blend. Stunning, absolutely stunning. I also really love this is kind of a mid-ground type of highlighter. It isn't like super crazy beaming in your face, sparkles and glitz and glimmer. It's not that, but then it's not so subtle that it doesn't look like anything at all on the skin. Again, I have very textured dry skin, and it looks beautiful on my skin. Really loved it. I've used it a couple times since then. I cannot rave enough about it. I'm oddly enough getting a full size in my icon box from IPSY because that was one of my choices. I don't know now if I'm going to keep that or not, just because I know this will last me forever, but oh man, standout for sure. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, as you can tell, I just was blown away by everything. Next up is the CALIRAY setting spray. I've heard rave reviews about this. It's what everybody says it is. And I love the main thing here is I love the fact that it does not feel sticky. I cannot stand when I use a setting spray and, it's on my face, it's on my chest. I can feel it on my arms and everything feels super sticky. It is very lightweight. The mister is absolutely stunning. It does not have a harsh scent. And I genuinely feel like my makeup lasted all day, but it also revived the makeup and made everything look like it was kind of becoming one with my skin as opposed to sitting on top of my skin. Another way that I make sure that I can, make sure everything's blending well and kind of, you know, morphing into the skin is before my setting spray dries, I do go in with just a dry sponge and very lightly pat over the complexion. This takes away any dryness, cakiness, you know, anything like that. Next up, we're going to go in with the KOSAS. I cannot remember my shade that I picked. I think I showed them up close. I'm so sorry. I was obviously very sick while I was filming this, and, you know, hence doing, you know, the voiceover now. But I did go within the lightest shade from this palette, from this collection. You will see I kind of show it a little bit up close because I was so sick. This for me at that particular time, and for this application, this first time application, it seemed a little dry on me. I have used it since then and it's not. It's definitely kind of a soft matte type of formulation. And it had nothing to do with it. You can see my lips were peeling and just, they were gross. Okay. I was sick as heck. But it did wear well. It looked incredibly stunning. Again, I've tried it since then, so highly recommend. I still need to test it out some more. Next up, I'm so excited about this one. This is the brand new holiday edition of the Patrick Ta like lip serums or lip plumpers. First of all, packaging 10 out of 10. Y'all know pink is my favorite color, pink and yellow. This is so incredibly beautiful. It smells delicious. I feel like so often lip plumper type products smell not so good. This had like a strawberry or like fruity type scent to it. You will also notice I was on a struggle bus just a little bit because of the way that the doe foot applicator kind of is concaved. You pick up a lot of product. So noting that for you guys, I would definitely wipe the wand down. Like I kept thinking, oh, I can just kind of go in. You cannot. It deposits a lot of product, which that's not a horrible thing, but you know, definitely just noting it for you guys. It feels lovely. There's a little bit of grip to it, a little bit of hold to it, but it is not sticky, tacky, anything like that at all. I really do like the doe foot applicator, but hopefully you could see that kind of little concave piece in there, that little area. It doesn't burn or tingle. It is slightly minty and that's it. Loved it. Next up is the KOSAS Nano Brow in Dark Brown. I was so excited about this. I mean, y'all know my brows are trash. And when they say nano, teeny tiny, they mean incredibly, incredibly tiny. I literally just fluff up my brows, brush them up a little bit. I will kind of follow the underlined part of my brow. And then I literally just fill in my sparse areas. Y'all know this. I typically will go in with a brow pen or my pomade on top of that. My brow pens are the Milani Weekend Brow, the NYX one, and then I really, really love the e.l.f. Brow Pomade. That is fantastic, bulletproof. I really, really enjoyed this. So typically I would kind of go in and further, you know, enhance the brow, if you will, with one of those products. But even this, it's a nice firm texture, almost leaning a little too firm. I don't mind it, but I know that for some people it may be a little bit too much, but I also understand that because it's so incredibly nano fine and thin, they probably had to make it a little bit more stiff of a formula, so totally get it. It lasted all day. I really liked the tone of this. I liked that I could get very precise brow hairs. This was definitely a win. Next up, this was not from my haul. It was from my PR IPSY package. It is the Pat McGrath Labs mascara. I love this one. Do I feel like you have to spend $30 on mascaras? Absolutely not. You know, do we need any of this stuff? No, but it's fun to have them. It's fun to shop the, you know, Sephora sale. It's fun to try out new brands. Here is our finished look. My eyes were my gifted Alter Ego Sakura palette. I felt like this was a win. I felt so beautiful. Everything seemed very effortless. Most of what I tried was a complete standout. What do you guys think? I love you beauties. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful.